He's fine. He's with VARRICK, so maybe not completely fine. Why do they want Wu? What? Why do they want Wu? What does that mean? Purging? What does that mean? Killing or like sending off? How bad is it? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to The Legend of Korra Season 4, Episode 7. Now, the last episode was just really good, seeing everything Korra's going through and how hard she fought to not start a fight was just really nice to see. And it was just a great way to show how far she has come in just dealing with her past, how she was always so quick to jump into fights, and how that's all sort of come back to affect her now. She has been through a tremendous amount of stuff. Aang bloodbending her, her uncle twisting her and doing the whole Vaatu thing and just using her, and then Zahir nearly killing her. She has been through so much, so I'm loving that she's so resistant and hesitant to actually start another fight. But of course we saw that she did have to fight, and again, I think I'm just so glad that she was resistant. She didn't try to really take down and take Kuvira out like killing her. She held back, she had restraint. She didn't immediately go into the Avatar state. She only did it when she knew she was losing. And then we get to see that she isn't quite done healing yet. The Avatar spirit thing is still haunting her. I'm guessing it's got something to do with Rava. I'm assuming that she got poisoned along with Korra, and that still needs fixing as well. Plus you have the whole idea that Korra still hasn't really dealt with the 3 years that she's been absent. I think she's dealt with the past stuff with the villains, but she hasn't dealt with the guilt that she must be feeling for being absent for 3 years and being inactive, even though she had no choice. On the other side of that, we have now seen that Kuvira has won. She's taken over Zaofu. Not really sure what left she has to do apart from Republic City. Does feel like that's the only thing left. She wants to unify the Earth Kingdom. We know the Republic City is built on Earth Kingdom land after the old Earth King gave it to Aang and Zuko. So if Kuvira is crazy and power hungry as we think she is, I think she's gonna go for it. What else does she have left to do now? But even though that is quite a bad thing that's happening, at least VARRICK and Bolin got away. They are doing something, and they know about the energy stuff. They destroyed the most developed part of it, but you have Julie working with Bata, so that's not going to go well, hopefully. I don't know, I still think Julie is going to be working as a double agent here. There's no way she would give up the loyalty she has to VARRICK for Kuvira. We've seen what she's been through. We saw a day of Bolin having Julie treatment, and he could barely survive. The idea that Julie could turn rather easily, I doubt it. It would take a whole lot more, so I do think she is a double agent. But there is hope there that VARRICK can do something about the spirit stuff. They're free. They can do something. They're free. So I think what I'm mainly hoping for in this episode is just to regroup. Korra's had her loss, so now she can develop. She realizes that something's still wrong, so she needs to figure out how to actually fix this. First off, now she doesn't even understand how to fix it. She needs to understand what's actually going wrong to begin with. So I'm hoping that this goes really deep down into the issues that we're seeing throughout this season, because I'm loving how they're doing Korra's development. Because I want to know what is truly going on there. I think it's the 3-year gap, but it could be something completely different. It could be Rava being poisoned. It could just be something completely different as well from that. So I'm just so excited for Korra to be able to fully explore what's going on with her and actually fix it completely. Because the way they fixed the first thing was just by removing the poison and letting herself do it and not being held back by the past. It dealt with it kind of physically. I want a full-on mental session with just how she can fix this stuff. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in. How come, why is Pabu so separate from Bolin? Well, that hasn't been answered yet. Why is Pabu here and not with Bolin? Love seeing this reunion, of course, but I've just realized that Bolin basically maybe left Pabu behind to go join Kuvira.
Bumju and I sure missed you.
It's so great to see you again, Boomy.
I'm just glad that we're seeing Korra be happy and actually wanting to go back to people and not being sort of afraid to see them again.
Proud enough to get me my tats?
No. So how can Milo get attacked? Because he needs to invent a new airbending form, right? Or something.
I hate to get right down to business, but I want to hear what happened in Zaofu.
Kuvira's whole army was there. She captured Mom, Dad, and my brother.
I'm glad that Opal's doing this.
Thought I was strong enough to stop her. Feel like such a failure.
Distract her with something.
You to handle Kuvira on your own. It's up to all of us to find a way to deal with her.
That's not what the Avatar wants to hear. She wants to hear that the Avatar can handle it herself because she's the Avatar.
I can't believe he would stay with her after what she did to my family, but we don't know where he is.
So don't take anything she said seriously. He's fine. He's with VARRICK, so maybe not completely fine.
You know, when I fled Republic City with Julie, she carried me 20 miles in one day.
There's no way she turned. After doing all of this, there's no way she turned.
That's fine. Leave me here. Let the worms gobble me up. I deserve it.
So dramatic. Come on.
you're responsible for that weapon Kuvira's trying to make, which, may I remind you, could hurt a lot of people.
Yep, Varrick, come on, legacy.
You know how we're gonna make it up to the world? By getting back to Republic City and warning everyone what she's up to. I want you to take my hand.
Varrick could be a hero.
March with me out of this forest!
It's building, it's not. Oh, wait, is he actually doing it?
You really have a way with words, kid. No wonder I made you a mover stuff.
Thought that was going to be a gag. Okay, wonderful. Varrick can
Well,
actually.
hop on.
Oh,
Seriously?
great.
Is he strong enough?
Okay, oh boy. Here we go.
No, okay. Ah, damn. What the?
Are you kidding me?
Who said that? What?
I hope you haven't been waiting long.
Only 3 years.
Finally, reunion.
And I'm loving the hair.
Thanks. You're looking snazzy as always.
Come on, Mako got us a table at the restaurant.
Korra.
All she has left to do is meet Bolin again.
Hello there, Prince Wu.
What on earth was that?
I bet he's told you a lot about me.
Nope, not a thing.
Probably good. You can only imagine what Marco would have told Korra about this guy.
And keep the cucumber aloe water flowing. Gotta keep this princely skin hydrated.
Okay, hasn't developed yet. Still kind of annoying.
But he promised to be on his best behavior.
Hey, pop into the avatar state for me. I want to see your eye.
That's not good behavior.
So can you go into the Avatar state again? I was worried when you told me you couldn't.
She did it once. She did it with Toph. How come that? Why in fighting could it not work?
I wrote to Asami while I was away.
Why didn't you ever write to me? Or Bolin?
I don't know.
Easier to talk to Asami.
Mako, if it makes you feel any better, she didn't write me either.
Why would she?
He's just forcing his way into the friend group.
I'm sorry I didn't stay in touch, but I'm back now. And I want to know everything about what's been going on with you two.
Yes, good. Distract.
Went to visit my father for the first time.
You sure you can trust him? He might just be manipulating you again.
Okay, don't.
You think I don't know what my own father is?
Okay, she was only asking a question. It's good to.
Didn't mean
You don't get to disappear for 3 years and then act like you know what's best for me.
This is on a. No, dear. Korra was only asking a question. Asami's defensive about this.
As much as I'm enjoying this little catch-up, my royal bladder is about to explode.
Too much
Come on, I need you to stand guard.
Why? To the bathroom?
Go to the bathroom on your own for once.
Fine.
Felt like this is actually going to end up biting him in the butt. He's going to get kidnapped or something.
I just stand there in the general vicinity while he... I don't want to talk about it.
No. Okay, so awkward. Oh, he's still going to get kidnapped, isn't he? We're actually seeing this.
Perhaps a spritz of cologne to freshen up.
Make it a double, buddy.
Oh, dear, yep.
Mako, help! Whoop! Down!
He's the easiest person to kidnap. He let it happen. He didn't even try rushing out the door, struggling. He could have made some kind of noise on his way down.
He could just chew us out of this. You know who else has incisors sharp as a knife?
Julie.
Julie.
Yep. Why would you know that?
Well, look what we caught. Wonder if they were tracking us after we escaped.
Not Kuvira. Who are you?
I don't suppose you could help us out of this net?
Why would we free a couple of lowly Earth Empire soldiers?
Great enemies.
We were part of Kuvira's inner circle.
Were! Not anymore!
Good.
We jumped ship!
Focus on that bit.
I think I know just what to do with a couple of Kuvira's top men.
Great. Firebender? In Kuvira? Huh?
I wonder what's taking Wu so long.
You worried yet?
He's not one to miss out on lunch. I'll go check on him.
Yeah, he's gone. One time you didn't go with him. Did he leave any sign of struggle at all?
You in here? Come on, your octopus fritters are getting cold.
I'll be right back.
Could you sense it? He's obviously stuffed in there.
Did you happen to see if Prince Wu came out this way?
Haven't seen him.
I'm in laundry.
Okay, now, fight time. Oh, great! He acted fast. Why do they want Wu? What? Why do they want Wu? Is it Kuvira? I feel like she has pretty much, she's got control. You don't, what's happening? Is it Kuvira or is it someone else? My head's spinning. How does this benefit Kuvira? Wu is no threat to her whatsoever unless it's just the bloodline. Is it older generations won't bow to Kuvira because of the Prince Wu? Does she need to get rid of Prince Wu to summon her rule? But then if she does that, would she then become a queen even though she doesn't like monarchy? Like,
Where are you going?
I know these streets better than you. I built some of them.
Yep, she's got this. I like seeing the Avatar gang back again, but I need Bolin with them. It doesn't feel the same. Come on.
Where is he?
It's the same. It's got to be the same. Did they? I feel like this is gonna. He's obviously gonna. I don't trust anything. He's gonna be gone.
Who's not here? This guy was the only one in the truck.
How did they switch him?
Where's the prince? Halfway to Kuvira by now.
Okay, so Kuvira does want him. Why?
All hail the great uniter.
You're insane. Why? Why does Kuvira want him? There's nothing he can do to. Like, how can Kuvira benefit from that?
There are thousands of cars in the city, and he could be in any one of them.
Or they might try smuggling him out on an airship.
Too difficult. You already know where he's going.
He could be anywhere.
Well, anyway, you know exactly where he's going. This is cool. Can she talk to the spirits and see where... The tree! Wait, is that connected? Can she see where he went? She's getting more spiritual. So the avatar state still is... You found him. You found him. This is how Toph sees things.
Go to the train station.
Are you sure? How do you know?
Just trust and go. Okay, that's so cool. So she is developing spiritually, but then she still is blocked out of the avatar state. How does that work?
How did a bunch of water and firebenders end up in one of Kuvira's re-education?
Yeah, please explain.
Kuvira's been purging states of anyone who's not of Earth Kingdom origin and locking them up.
Purging?
Wait, what does that mean? Purging? What does that mean? Killing or like sending off? How bad is it?
Will you at least tell us where you're taking us?
The border checkpoint. You're gonna help us talk our way past some Earth Empire soldiers.
Okay, they're not killing them. They just want to get out. So it's great that some people move to the Earth Kingdom. Plus, you also have the finest of colonies. Why are you attacking them? You could have very much worked with them.
Lava time! Bet you didn't expect that!
All enemies of Kuvira work together.
If our handsome mugs get recognized trying to go through that checkpoint, we're gone.
Okay, that's a good point.
There's a wall stretching along the entire border and patrols guarding every part of it. That checkpoint is our only way out.
Why is it walled off, though?
How do we know they won't turn us in?
If he wanted us gone, we'd be at the bottom of a pool of lava right now.
You do have an earthbender now, so the wall would be easier to sort of get around with an earthbender. I love seeing his like mastering control over the lava bending now. It's so cool.
I learned how to connect to people's energy through them.
Who taught you that?
Lynn's mom.
Toph.
What was she like?
A cranky, more miserable version of Lynn.
Is that even possible?
Oh, absolutely. I kind of want them to meet her, but can Toph come back? I want Toph to come back. I love how much Toph did for her, but okay, so that explains it kind of well for me. She can learn how to do the energy stuff, but energy's different than spirits. So that's something. I wonder if Toph does the same, so I'm assuming Toph looks through the vibrations of everything. That's how she sees things. Or is Toph actually doing something like Guru Patik, and is able to sense the energy within people and actually do something like that?
Camp 14's back the other way.
You think we don't know where Camp 14 is?
Are they gonna be recognized?
Listen, pal, I had to fight off 2 badger moles, 6 wolf bats, and 18 hog monkeys to get these guys, so sorry if I don't have the paper.
Varrick can just talk his way out of this. Good, yeah.
And I have blisters that are the size of cantaloupes and twice as juicy.
Yeah.
So you can let us through, or you can give me your name and rank.
He's convincing them. Good. Varrick is gonna be a hero. This is gonna be amazing.
Let them through!
Yes, go on, Varrick! Oh, he's amazing. I love him so much. Don't recognize. You gotta be kidding me! Knock him out. Do something. They can't do anything.
Wait! Stop them! They're traitors to the Empire!
Great. Run! Oh, wait, they had those things up there! There's a group of you. You outnumber them. Man, you thought that... Varrick's useless. What can you do? Magma bend. Do something. Lava bend.
Way I'm going back to prison!
I'm still concerned about what the purging thing is. It's interesting. So at least they got sent to prison. They weren't just killed on the spot. But what did the prison mean? Was she just using them as labor? Like, it's still horrifying no matter what. Like, what does that mean for the Fire Nation colonies that settled there for like a while and generations? I'm guessing this guy probably is a descendant of them. Well, what does this mean for the swamp as well? Because she's a waterbender. Maybe she's connected to the swamp tribe? What would she do to the swamp people? But they aren't Earth Nation natives. I hate these mechs. They're just too strong. So that kind of does it. No, wait, they're jumping over there. How are they learning? That is an issue. They can jump over the lava. Varrick, can you do something? What's that? What has he found? Techie stuff. Okay, Varrick's gonna be a hero again. Loving this and how much he's doing. He's actually racing to try and get it done. He's trying to save people. It's not just trying to save himself, I think. I mean, he could just run. No one's actually watching him. He could leg it and no one will be the wiser. He's actually risking his life now. Everyone's just letting him do this. I guess they just really think that he's not a threat. 3 against Bolin, yeah. They're prioritizing what threat level they have, and they really do not consider Varrick to be one at all.
Boy, I sure hope this works.
So do I. You can be a hero. An EMP. You make it. You made an EMP! That's amazing!
I still got that Varrick touch.
Yes, you got brilliant! Are they trapped in there now? Do they actually need electricity to open the thing?
Come on!
You just shut them down! But you still actually had the people to deal with.
Varrick, wait! We can't leave them!
Well, he was only trying to save Bolin, so he's still got work to do. Maybe seeing Bolin's heroism will inspire Varrick. Excellent. I love lava bending so much. I just love what it can do for the lighting as well, just seeing Bolin in the red light.
You didn't have to come back.
Yeah, I kinda did. Let's go.
Yay. Varrick, what do you think of that? I want Varrick to be inspired now. I want him to do even more.
Track number 6, all aboard!
As a police person, detective, or whatever Mako is now, could he not shut down the station?
We might never find him.
Is there no vine? She doesn't even need the vines! She doesn't need the vines! That's incredible!
He's on that train.
The one, oh dear, ooh, that was close.
But I had a feeling, okay?
And I'm just supposed to trust your avatar feeling?
She's advancing the energy stuff.
You had guarded the prince like you were supposed to.
No need for anger. Oh, they're all gonna.
It's my
Oh,
fault Wu disappeared.
he's in that one detailed case, isn't he?
Listen.
They really have no respect for him. It's just quite funny.
It's me.
Mako? Where am I? Am I dead?
Yes.
No, you're on a train.
Could have been funny if you just told him he was. So how many metal benders do you have to deal with? How many of Kuvira's soldiers are here? And why does she want him? I really don't see what kind of benefit he can do for her.
Everyone
Nice.
out!
I'm not going up there.
Shut it! Thank you! Just pick him up and carry him. Go on, Mako. Oh, they're going for the feet. Why do they know how to deal with firebenders or any bender? Yay, Asami. Asami has to be a wild card. In the world where benders fight benders, Asami being like a non-bender, she would at the threat level. No one would think that she'd be that sort of tough to take on. But I love that people can underestimate her and then she can sort of fight back very well. And you're away, but how far away are you from a public city? Where are you now? You'll still be in Earth Kingdom territory.
Yes! Thank you. You are definitely getting a raise, buddy.
That's good, yay. But that means he's never leaving.
If only there was some way to repay you. How about I take you out for a night on the town?
You're asking me out right now?
I'll put you down for a maybe.
How about a never? Not exactly what I imagined for our first day back together.
But it was kind of like old times.
Yeah, what did you expect? Of course
Except
it was
for
going
the
to happen.
getting on each other's nerves part.
And the Bolin being absent part.
But it's great to have you back.
There's no place else I'd rather be.
Yay. Okay, this... Don't... Thank you, don't force his way in here. Good, yay.
They're the greatest friends a guy could have.
I think he's just lonely, isn't he? He wants friends, but he's lonely. I want to look on the more positive side for Wu.
I need a cushy safe house somewhere.
I think I know just the place.
Urban Island.
Nice digs, Mako. You didn't tell me you came from money.
I don't. This is Asami's place.
Okay, yay.
Nice enough to let my family stay here after they fled Ba Sing Se.
Mako,
Aww.
it's so wonderful to...
Oh no. Oh, this is going to just fill his head with ego.
This is Prince Wu. He needs to stay with you and the family for a little while.
Worst place, isn't it?
It's an honor, Grandma Mako.
Oh dear. Worst place he could be for development because they're just going to worship him.
Thanks for looking out for me, Mako. Now where's the nearest bathroom? I have been holding it all day.
How can anyone respect him? Oh dear.
I know it might not mean much coming from a guy wearing this uniform. I'd like to apologize for what Kuvira's put you through.
I kind of wish Bolin got a different kind of uniform because the whole idea of it is that the metal benders have metal on them that they can use for fighting. I'd have loved it if there's some kind of rock elements that Bolin got on his uniform that you could then use for lava bending. Like we saw Guzan, he basically made shurikens out of rocks. I wish like Bolin had that sort of thing attached to his uniform. Oh, he desperately needs Julie. What's this?
This area is overrun with spirit vines.
Bad. No.
And they appear to be even more powerful than the samples we took from Republic City.
What's here then? Is this swamp?
Harvest these vines until there's nothing left.
This is going to be the swamp, isn't it? More powerful than Republic City? This is the swamp. It's the swamp. Great, they're going after the swamp. Oh, Toph, maybe do something. They're invading your home, basically. If they take this down, she won't be able to see anything anymore. Come on, Toph. Okay, this episode was so good. Loved that it was just calmer than the last one. It was a perfect way to just bring everything together. We've seen Korra back together with Mako and Asami, so that is done. And we get to see that she is still moving forward. So we're putting the whole, figuring out what the whole Avatar state nonsense is on the back burner. That's fine. But we're seeing Korra develop in other ways. She's learning the energy control. That's insane. Aang didn't even get to do that. I'm guessing he probably did later in life, but we never got to see Aang do it. He had too much on his plate. Korra, we're actually seeing her develop this skill. It's the same thing that Guru Patik did. It was awesome. And now she's doing it too. And she didn't even need the spirit vines. So she has gotten on the level that Guru Patik did. And she just used the floor of the train station to figure out where he was. She didn't touch upper to connect him with Aang or anything like that. like a person to get to a person, because technically maybe she could have used Mako to find the guy, because they do as much as how weird it is, they do have a connection, but she didn't even do that. She just touched the floor and she could find him. I mean, the way I'm understanding it is that the spirit thing has just a bunch of spirit energy which can connect you to anyone you want, but she just touched the floor and was able to do it. That's awesome. And I think I just like the position that we're seeing her in. She seems happier than she did at the start of this. She's with her friends again. This is all good. Of course, there's still friction there, but she's dealing with the friction very well. Nothing's spiraling out of control. They had arguments, like with Korra and Asami talking about Asami's dad. I think Korra wasn't even wrong with that. Asami is defensive over it. Korra just questioned whether or not has he changed at all, because of course Asami wants to believe that he's changed, which is fine, but she should still be kind of careful. I truly think he's going to become I do think he's going to come back. He's an engineer, a scientist. Kuvira has lost her lead scientist and is down to Bata and Julie. If those two don't cut it, who's the next best scientist that can work on a spirit weapon? The one that helped Amon deal with a bunch of Bender weapons and all that. He would be a very good replacement, so I do think he might not be good, but I wish he was. But again, it's all about Sami. She was defensive on the subject, meaning she does have an issue there. She just it's clear that she wants him to be good. That's what that's set up. She wants him to be good, which means if he does end up being evil, it's going to crush her. So yeah, then we're seeing the next stage of Kuvira's plan, and apparently it involves Prince Wu. I do not understand why. What can he do for her? She's won already. What is there left to do? Her whole thing is about power and unifying the Earth Kingdom. I'm guessing it might not just be geographical anymore. She's done that. She's basically united the Earth Kingdom geographically, bar Republic City, which I still think is going to be on her radar. She's preparing a weapon. What else would that be for, unless she wants to go against the entire world? But then, I guess an other unifying sense is also the people. How do you unify the people to go to her? Right now, the people will be divided between the royal family and her. People are going to be loyal to the royal family, like Bolin and Mako's grandmother, and I guess the way you deal with that is take it out completely. And I guess that might be what Kuvira's angle is. Of course, you couldn't kill him when you met him in Republic City, because that would have been very bad. But if she gets him completely under her control, in a situation where she's fully in charge, she could do whatever she wanted. But then I also just loved seeing Bolin and VARRICK's side of this. That was awesome. Getting to see VARRICK actually become a hero, which is really nice to see. After starting off with his morally ambiguous, chaotic self, he's actually becoming more selfless, carrying out his legacy and what his inventions will do to people. And here he risked his life to save people. Of course, it was Bolin. The whole thing was about trying to save Bolin. Didn't really care about the others. But I'm just hoping that with him watching Bolin and spending time with him, that can rub off on him and he can be inspired. I mean, how do you not get inspired by Bolin after what he did here? Actually just saving these people. Of course, VARRICK did take down the mechs, was the biggest thing, but Bolin stepped back in. When he was safe, he stepped back in and helped these prisoners stay alive, and actually went against the soldiers that were trying to take them out. I think just watching these two together, it becomes more and more clear. Julie is definitely not doing a double agent thing. There's no way this woman is able to put up with VARRICK for how long she did without actually being maybe in love with him, or just a full-on dedication that Kuvira could never rival. Like carrying him for miles after they escaped Republic City. Putting up with this man constantly, 24/7. Somehow he knows about her incisors, canines, whatever, her teeth. There's no way that bond can be broken just by Kuvira being herself. There's no way. That takes a full kind of dedication, obsession, or loyalty that Julie has for VARRICK that cannot be rivaled in the space of time she's known Kuvira. That's not happening. She's a double agent. But yeah, now we see that Kuvira is making advancements with the spirit weapon, and it seems like it could be more deadly. It already was like a kind of a disaster before with what VARRICK was able to accomplish, and that was with apparently a weaker sample than what she has now found. And she's going after the swamp. That feels terrifying. I've been told, right, that the spirit swamp stuff, that tree is the counterpart to the Tree of Time in the spirit world. That's what, that could be how the worlds connect. That could be how they actually are together. The root, the interesting world building there. But if that thing is destroyed or taken out or whatever, that could be detrimental to the whole spirit, everything. Like, we don't know the extent of how that tree is connected to stuff, and with Kuvira messing with it, that could be all kinds of disaster. More than just messing with spirit energy. I think this does give me hope now that Toph can come back, because I'd love it. I would just love for her to come back, because she's amazing, and I would just want more. But they basically invaded her home now. She was left alone, and I think she would have left Kuvira alone if she was left alone. She wouldn't get involved that much. I doubt it. She's at that stage of her life where she just doesn't care anymore. But now she is, the war's been brought to her. They're invading her home, and at what point does Toph interfere? I mean, the fact that they're there kind of sets up the idea that she's coming back. I want her to come back desperately now. Like, maybe she would still stay absent if they don't actually come to a, actual front door or to a little cave. But still, if they take down the tree, and all the vines connected to it and stuff, that interferes with her life and how she sees everything. That's how she stays connected with her family, who we know that she does love. So the fact that that connection is being threatened makes me think Toph is going to have some words for Kuvira and this entire operation. And like, what would that do for Kuvira's army? We've just heard time and time again how respected Toph is for the Earth Kingdom. We know that Su was a contender to replace the Earth Queen simply because she was connected to Toph. So we know there's a huge amount of reverence and to Toph Beifong. So if Toph was to go against Kuvira, what would that do for the Great Unifier? The fact that they're basically, I honestly kind of think people would worship Toph at this point, maybe more so than the royal family, just because of what she did for the world and what she's done for earthbendings in general. She's the reason kind of Zaofu exists with metal bending. If she was to show up and take on Kuvira or just denounce her in some way, what would the army think? Because they are so loyal to Kuvira, would they turn against Toph, or would they actually maybe turn against Kuvira in that sense, knowing that this hero that's helped the Earth Kingdom through so much disapproves of her methods? But then again, you could say the same thing with Su, because she is the daughter of Toph, and people didn't side with her, but then Su isn't Toph. I think there is 50-50 where it could go. I have hope that that could do something, it could do a spark of something if Su couldn't. This is the Toph Beifong. If she can't sway the masses against Kuvira, who can? Because at the end of the day, even if Kuvira is defeated, you're still going to have people loyal to her. People that will continue this. Batar, her fiance. There's a loyalty, there's an idea now behind Kuvira. That's what we've been following for a while. You can't just take down the person, you have to take down the entire idea. Unlock was simple because it was just the one guy. And of course you had the idea of just joining the tribes together, that sort of was quashed with him. Aman was the main difficult one, dealing with benders and non-benders, and that was destroyed when he was revealed to be a bender. So that took down the idea. Then Zahir, he had his whole Red Lotus thing. They were fully on board with it. We don't know where all of them went. I don't even know if they can come back. I don't know if they would fit into this story that is being told now. But that idea definitely wasn't dealt with, people wanting true freedom. But that was never really affecting like a huge amount of people. That was specifically the secret society. Here is the entire Earth Nation that's being unified behind Kuvira. Of course, some hate it, some don't. But like, what can help do this? Because if you take Kuvira out, you're basically leaving it in the same state that happened when the Earth Queen died. So how do you deal with the idea of unification and this unification and solve this once and for all? To begin with then, really enjoyed this episode. The amount of development they're doing with Korra is just phenomenal. Absolutely loving every single bit of it. Seeing her in this episode where we take a break from everything that she's going through. She needed it. After healing partially with Toph and moving forward in that sense, then going straight into a fight with Kuvira, which definitely wasn't the smartest idea. I'm glad that she was resistant to it. But of course, the fact that she was forced into it does not help her recovery. I'm just glad here that after everything that she's been through, having to try and get back up to the Avatar level, it's basically just been a constant climb for her. And Kuvira was a massive sort of knockdown. Here, we get to see she is still doing something. She's developing. She hasn't been knocked down completely. And instead, she has another route that she can then continue to follow. The energy bending. This ability that she's able to connect with people and just through the energy, through the spirit vines, it's development. It's showing that she's still learning and doing things and she isn't just stuck where she was. Like, it's a small thing, but it's huge in the sense of what she's going through. Because the idea of Korra right now could be that she just does nothing until she's developed to the point where she's got the Avatar state back and then she can just do whatever and defeat Kuvira. Very simple. But I'm so glad that they've found another avenue to help her develop where it's not just completely focused on where she is mentally, but actually allowing her to move forward aside from the bit where she's trying to get back to where she used to be. It's a new thing that she can follow down, and it's also a nice sort of distraction. While she may think that she isn't getting anywhere with trying to heal and recover, she has this going on, which is a bit of improvement to show that she is still moving forward. But yeah, I loved seeing her with her friends again. It was just nice to see. She definitely needed this because isolating herself was never the right thing to do. And she was basically putting herself through all kinds of punishment. Of course, she was afraid to go back because she'd have to deal with all of them moving on with their lives and all of this stuff. But now she is in a better spot, so it's just nice to see them all again together. Of course, missing Bolin with them, so that's going to be... I need them all together. It's still not enough. But I think what this episode did for her was just great, and then it just was calm. It was a nice sort of way to rest and regroup after everything that's happened. She had a loss, she didn't dwell on it, and she got a victory out of this. Then looking at Asami and Mako's parts in this episode, those are both very good. It's nice to just see them again and just with them with the group and all together. Mako dealing with the prince, he's kind of got a small role right now. You can clearly see where his story's going. His job is to try and make the prince a better person because he's connected with the prince in this way, and the prince isn't leaving anytime soon. He had his first failure with the prince, knowing that people are after him and he let him go off somewhere alone. Of course, it was to the bathroom, so it was completely understandable. But I'm wondering if this failure will make Mako a bit more protective of the prince now, which could be what the prince wants. So maybe it could be a regression in their relationship, which would be quite funny. Or Martin could just still remain uncaring in that sense. But his whole point is to help the prince develop, which is a very nice thing. I'm glad that he is there to protect him. When it comes down to it, he will try and protect him. Of course, it's his job, but it's nice just to see it. And then Asami, her major scene, I think, was just with Korra talking about her father. It's what's defining Asami's little storyline at the minute. That's her main thing. She wants a relationship with her dad back. It's so evident, and it's now gotten to the point where she's become defensive over it. When someone questions if he's turned good, if he's still evil, she's not thinking about that, and she will lash out at it. It's sad to see, but it shows how desperate she is to get this connection back. Because then that means there's ways this story can go. If he is truly evil again, which I'm assuming probably will happen, that feels like we're setting up. If he goes back to his old ways, what does that mean for Asami? It either means she'll be devastated again, and she'll have to go through all that again, which could be boring since we've already seen that. Or, what I'm really hoping won't happen, is she'll think to herself that she's already lost him once and she doesn't want to lose him again. If he isn't changing, maybe I have to change, and that way I can still be with him. How desperate is she to have this relationship with him, where if he has not changed, would she decide to go with him just to keep this relationship? Because her story right now is defined by this relationship and her trying to rebuild it. She's clearly desperate for it. How desperate for it is she? Is she willing to turn to his side, if he is still evil, to maintain this relationship? I don't know, I hope not, I wouldn't think she would, but it's a question I now have to ask, because that's where things feel like they're setting up. During their whole conversation together, he never mentioned if he was changing, or if he turned good, or was against his old ways and felt sorry for it. He was all focused on Asami and trying to reconnect them. But in the back of my mind, we have Kuvira, who's messing with spirit stuff and science and engineering and all of this stuff, and he would fit perfectly in with that. But yeah, then we have Bolin, and I need him to get with the rest of the group. Opal is already sort of wavering. I need her to believe that Bolin would never do this. I want her to just know in her heart that Kuvira is lying, but they need to find each other soon. There's already doubts, and of course what we're seeing with Bolin, he's basically doing exactly what Opal would want from him. If she saw and knew what he was doing, she'd fall more in love with him than she already is. He's freeing prisoners that Kuvira was going to purge. It feels ill-defined. I don't know what I can think of it. I guess you can add whatever level of darkness you want to this. Was Kuvira just going to kill them all in a 1940s type way, people that didn't belong in her ideal Earth Kingdom? Or was she just using them as like labor? Which again, whatever the case, it's very strikingly similar to 1940s history. Kuvira's definitely become that person. It's terrifying to see, but I want to know how far she's going to get. Because the way they're building her, it's very much like that. And I don't know how you can sort of write her in the story now, because if it is like that, how do you deal with it? Other than just taking her out. Yeah, you can definitely add your own layer of darkness to the idea of being purged. I think if you add in the 1940s aspect of it and what Kuvira is doing, then it makes it very dark and it almost feels undeniable. But if you want to just keep it nice, surface level, she was just keeping them as prisoners and maybe wanted to just move them out of the new Earth Empire and want to just make them go to a different country. That could be the lighter scenario in this case. I got a feeling that is not the case. She is definitely written to be I don't know if I can say names on YouTube. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. There's certain words on YouTube you're just not allowed to say, otherwise videos just kind of don't go anywhere. I think it's very clear who I'm talking about. So Kuvira's definitely been written as him. It's kind of impressive that they actually made a character like this, because Ozai, you could say, is similar to that, but he's like a monster. I wouldn't say he is he's not that person. He was similar in his sort of way with how he ruled his country, but Kuvira basically is that person with what she's doing and how she's going about people that don't fit into her ideals. It's impressive that they actually put that in a kid's show, but I do wonder how they can actually deal with her when she's become this. How you can't redeem something like this, so it kind of just has to be take her out. And that's basically what Bolin's side of the story is doing here. It's showing him saving these people, being a good person, saving these people, doing what Opal would want, but what it exposes is what Kuvira has become. Then we have VARRICK, who I could not be happier with. He's on his way to becoming a hero. Of course, it isn't done yet, we're only in episode 7. He has more time to develop and become a true hero, but I'm just glad that we're getting to see the start of it. Of course, he's only saving right now the people that he is caring about. So from the start, we see him working with spirit energy, and the first thing is he grows a conscience and tries to shut it down. Then it all blows up, and then all of this cascading stuff happens, but during his escape, he was going to sacrifice himself and take Bolin with him, but of course, it wasn't actually that. He was hoping that Bolin would catch on and help them escape, so that is some kind of good aspect, so he wanted neither of them to die there. But in this instance, he actually tried to save Bolin. Not everyone else, but Bolin. He built an EMP, he was resourceful, and he took down the mechs. So while Julie was fighting for her life to save him, He could have done this, kind of, if he... Well, he's a portable EMP now. He can just take down the mechs easily. He makes them useless. Varrick has turned into the best person to deal with them. That's terrifying. But also amazing with what we've just seen here. But what it says about him, he saved Bolin, he saved someone he cares about, and yet he didn't save the others. It shows that he has developed, but still has room for improvement. I can't wait to see how his character will grow, and it feels like the start of his hero's journey. I want him to turn into a full hero, and I just want to see what he'll be capable of. I want to see how history will remember him going from this crazy, chaotic, money-loving person to actually saving people with his technology and inventions. He's basically Iron Man, isn't he? He's a philanthropist who made weapons and is now being good. He's going to become he's basically Iron Man. But yeah, then looking specifically at Kuvira and what she's doing at the end of the episode, she's going after spirit vines. So, she's going after a more powerful version of what we saw Varrick create. What could that possibly be for apart from war? So either she's going after the Republic City, or the rest of the world. Like, what point is she stopping here? Her whole thing is the Great Uniter. She wants to unite the Earth Kingdom. It's logical that she go after Republic City because it's built on Earth Kingdom land. So the weapon's definitely for that, but it feels kind of like overkill. What we know the Republic City doesn't really have an army. They have the United Forces, and they're on boats. So I'm not really sure how they can sort of work with Kuvira's lot. But Kuvira could definitely stage a very effective ground invasion, considering they're earthbenders and metalbenders. They could very easily conquer Republic City without spirit weapons, so it does feel kind of overkill, but makes me think her plan is to conquer Republic City and maybe go for the rest of the world if she really is this sort of nationalist, where she sees herself as the leader of the best nation in the world and fully becomes an Ozai character, where she wants to take over the rest of the world and spread not only Zaofu's glory to the rest of the Earth Kingdom, but spread the glory of the Earth Kingdom to the rest of the world in that sense. It's very terrifying, but the idea that she's gotten a more powerful version of the weapon makes me think that's where this kind of has to go. Otherwise, what's the point in it? You could do the exact same with just the small one if she only wanted to take Republic City. If she wants to do more, you need something stronger. But yeah, then we have Prince Wu, he hasn't developed at all yet. He had some stuff. He is seeing that he wants to be a better leader, but that was a while ago. And here we don't really see him develop much. He was just kidnapped. That was basically it. I'm hoping that we can see the effects of this change him in later episodes. Obviously here we're just seeing it happen. So not seeing how it affects him going forward. But it ends up with him staying at Asami's house where Mako and Bolin's family are. That's not going to do much for him. It's not going to do good for him. If anything, it could regress him, seeing people worship him like this, because that doesn't give him a reason to improve. They think he's amazing already. So it doesn't look like that's the best place for him to be, but it'll be interesting to see what this character can do, because he does feel like the answer to defeat Kuvira's ideas. It's clear that she wants him, there's a reason that she wants him, and he must be important then, but he would be the perfect person to actually be able to take down what Kuvira stands for. Korra can take down the person, he can take down the idea, and hopefully unite the Earth Kingdom in a better way and be a better leader. He has so much potential. Yes, he's annoying, but he has potential. He could be good. From everything that we've seen from him, he's arrogant, pompous, but he also has a kindness to him. He will invite Mako with things. We also see that he's very lonely in this. Him trying to worm his way into Korra, Mako, and Asami's friendship. It's sad, but it's kind of sweet, I guess. But it shows how lonely he is. He wants friends. He wants connections. It's clear that being a royal, he's isolated. And he wants connections with people, which is a good thing, because if he does form those connections, he'll realize how kind of out of touch he is and can become a better leader through that. So I have a lot of hope for this guy. I'm expecting big things, but I need that to start happening. He's staying very annoying for a very long time, episode 7. I need him to start developing soon, but I'm not sure how that can happen when he's stuck with people that will worship him. As for what's next, I'm preparing for the Wrath of Toph. Kuvira has gone after the spirit vines in the swamp. Yes, I mean, she could lay claim on it being part of the Earth Kingdom, but that's Toph's stuff now. There's no way Toph's gonna sort of lie around and let her do this. It's hers. It's how she can view the world now. She's never gonna let Kuvira take that away from her. I'm very much on copium. I want Toph to return. This feels like the best way to do it. I don't want her to be done, because again, Toph could be another answer to how you defeat Kuvira's idea. You have Prince Wu, you have Toph, maybe you have them unite in some way. That could completely eradicate how the Earth Nation sees, or at least how the supporters of Kuvira see her. But I can't imagine Toph lying down as Kuvira destroys her home like this. Then again, can you even say that Toph has a home? She doesn't ground herself in stuff. She keeps moving. She doesn't attach to things. That's her whole character. She doesn't get attached. So is she attached to the swamp or is she not? I don't know. It could be 50-50. I want her to come back. I can't see her liking this, but I could also see her just walking away from it because she wants to be alone and just wants no sort of responsibilities. If she gets involved, That means people look at her, they want her to do things, they see her, and they idolize her. That's exactly what she doesn't want. But aside from that, if Kuvira does get away, that means she has an unbelievably powerful arsenal of spirit weapons that basically are what Vaatu was able to do. And that was nuts. He's like exactly shot giant spirit beams at things. Kuvira would have that power, and as like a person who could create this, it could be like a gun. She could make spirit guns or cannons or whatever, and that means multiple. Vaatu at the very least was one person. He wasn't like split into different things and could fire multiple of this stuff. Kuvira could do that. She could make multiple weapons to fire these things in different directions. Of course, it might not be as powerful. That's something we don't know yet. How powerful is this stuff compared to what Vaatu was able to do? Would this be like a pale imitation of what Vaatu did? Is it the same level? Or with how this is connected to the spirit trees and stuff, could it be more powerful and then be multiplied? I don't know, I'm scared. Whatever the case, what Kuvira is doing is terrifying. It makes her an even like more powerful and threatening villain. Also, it does make me wonder if she would be the most powerful villain we've seen in terms of what she could do for the world. Ozai wanted to conquer the world and turn all Fire Nation on... No, he respected strength. He wanted the whole world to be Fire Nation. That was it. It was short-sighted, it was egotistical, and it was just dumb. He was a monster who wanted to consume everything, essentially. Aman was fueled by ideology and wanted no more benders whatsoever, which would be harmful, but at least people, I guess, would be left alive. But again, it would be detrimental to spirits and balance and all of this stuff. Then you had Unalaq, who wanted... he was the most detrimental. He would have been the absolute worst. Unalaq would have been the worst, setting Vaatu free and disrupting balance and setting evil over everything. He would have been the absolute worst. But then you have Zahir, who wanted to take down the... All of them have been pretty bad. Yeah, all of them have been absolutely terrifying. I think Kuvira is terrifying in the sense of how much destruction she could bring. I don't know what effect that would have on the balance. Like, we haven't really seen the effects of the spirit stuff other than them just being crazy, explosive, and powerful. Is there any other effect they have? Or is it basically just like a super weapon? Like just a gun? Don't quite know. There's questions to be answered with this. And I guess that is yet to see, which means we need her to be successful in some kind of capacity, just so that she can test it and we can see its effects. Because right now, all I can do is just speculate and let my head spin on the possibilities of what she's able to do. But yeah, overall, the episode was great. Loved everything it managed to do. I think I'm really loving the development and story that Korra is going on, just how it's recapping a lot of... Just how it's being pulled from all the different things that she has been through. All of her battles, all of her fights, and all of her struggles. It's all coming together here, and she's finally having to deal with the ramifications of it all. I like seeing that she's back with her friends and she's doing better, she seems happier. And then she also is developing spirit energy stuff as well, which is awesome. She really does feel like she's becoming a true avatar, and all she has to do is get past this hurdle of whatever's holding her back from the whole avatar spirit stuff. Then on top of that, we had some great development with VARRICK and just, I guess, building on what Kuvira is doing. I love seeing, I think, the stories are revolving on other people and how that shows off what Kuvira is doing. We saw it with Iki, with the guards. Now we're seeing it with VARRICK and Bolin and what she's doing with prisoners and purging the Earth Kingdom from people that didn't originate there. But I think mostly I just enjoyed that this was a slower episode. It wasn't as intense as the last one, where it was a fight between the main hero and the villain. This one was just calm. We were dealing with aftermath, we were dealing with Korra and what she's trying to do, and just how she's trying to recover. We're seeing progress there. But it also sets up more things for Kuvira to do, and while it hasn't been said yet, you know that she's going to use this weapon on Republic City, and I'm not going to look forward to that. I'm going to be terrified of it. I like Republic City. It's Aang's legacy. I don't want it to be destroyed. But Kuvira has a very good chance of doing that. So yeah, this episode was very good, and I can't wait to see what's going to come for the next episode, and I'm just really hoping it brings back Toph Beifong. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next one for Season 4, Episode 8. See ya!